Now, this is in relation with the Mahadev App scam case, and now CNN News 18 has accessed the ED Chargesheet in Mahadev App case. ED has issued lookout circular against Chandrakar and Uppal, and they've also reached out to central government for red corner notices against them. Now, ED exclusive charge sheet says that software for the Mahadev app was developed in Hyderabad. In the early days, Saurabh, Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal would travel from Hyderabad to Bilaspur. These ID and softwares created at Hyderabad would be given to panel operators for betting related activities. And we have CNN News 18's Yesha Kotak joining us to give us more details about what else does the charge sheet mention. Yesha, over to you.
So yes, in fact, what we've come across in this chart sheet is the fact that there were links to Hyderabad when it comes to both Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal. In fact, what they used to do was they would travel to Hyderabad. That's where the software was being made, and then this software or the IDs that were made at Hyderabad were given to panel operators at Bilaspur. These panel operators would then use this app and the IDs that were made to bet on international. There were several international tournaments as well. In fact, the investigation has found out that there have been FIRs at various states across the country. Earlier, we had accessed the fact that there were 75 FIRs against the duo at Chhattisgarh, but now details from the charge sheet also mention how there have been FIRs that have been made at Visakhapatnam as well and at several other states, which ED is now compiling as a part of their entire investigation. In fact, after the ED investigation has come to forth, what the agencies have found is the fact that so that panel operators are not discouraged from getting out of the entire system. A 10% increase has been made on their profit ratio. This is to in fact motivate the fact that all of these people, all of these panel operators who were a part of the nexus for Mahadev app still remain with them. Apart from the details that have emerged when it comes to the panel operators is the fact that there was massive investments that were being made at Chhattisgarh. This was in fact so that the Mahadev app promoters, that is Ravi Uppal as well as Saurabh Chandrakar, they could form a conglomerate. This conglomerate would then be used as a guide to show that they have various other businesses and not only Mahadev app, and they could get away from the legal aspects around it. So these are certain investigations certain details that have come out from the app when it comes to this case. Apart from that, what has also been found out was that when the software was developed, after the betting was over in international tournaments, what was being done was that so that the money transactions can be kept secret, there were links that were shared. This was not done through some bank networks, but through links that were being shared to collect those money. And that the whole betting clause, that's something that we've been speaking about ever since day one when it comes to Mahadev app. The whole difference between gambling and a skill-based network, what was being done is the fact that so that when this betting is being done, the game was guised as a video game, and as a video game, the money that was being collected was shown as points and not as money particularly. So here, the app makers were showing that when this betting was being done, people were winning in points and not in money. This money was then sent, that is through links, it was then transferred to people who were winning or losing that money. Apart from that, the first person who was arrested in this case was the API, Chandrakar Verma, who was based out of Chhattisgarh. He used to work as a licensing officer for Mahadev app promoters. Your details have also emerged which show that Chandrakar Verma had set up various companies. He was working as a trader, and as a part of the whole trading game, he was trading under for various commodities, right from automobiles to even rice. And here his profit margin was more than 3 times the amount. In fact, what was being done, this was a guide to show that the money that was being earned by Mahadev app was being siphoned off. So here parallelly, there were several businesses that were being set up, there were several properties that were being taken by the Mahadev app promoters, and here this was being done in order to siphon off money and show that the money that they were earning to Mahadev app, which was in fact a gambling money. The proceeds of crime, we understand, in this entire charge sheet has been mentioned as more than 6,000 crore. 6,000 crore is the actual value of the entire scam that has unfolded when it comes to the Mahadev app case, and here to the siphon of those 6,000 crore and to guise them as the money that was coming in from various businesses. There were several such businesses that were being set up in Bhilai as well as Bilaspur, and all of this is under the radar of ED, which has filed this charge sheet, which is an actual 196 charge sheet, and details along with the charge sheet are more than around 6,000 to 8,000 pages There are 14 people who we mentioned accused in this charge sheet, and this investigation is currently still underway with the Enforcement Directorate. Yes.
Right, Yasha. Also, in fact, what we're learning is that the ED has now issued a lookout circular also against Chandrakar and Uppal. In fact, they will also be reaching, in fact, they have reached out to central government for red corner notice as well.
Yes, in fact, while we spoke to our sources in this case, what has also come out is the fact that as far as the ED investigation is concerned and the court proceedings that are on, there was a warrant issued against Saurabh Chandrakar as well as Ravi Uppal. But like we mentioned to our viewers before as well, both of them are in hiding. In fact, Chandrakar has stayed undercover ever since this ED investigation is on, which is where now details have emerged and in fact the court proceedings have proceeded further, whereas LOC has of course been issued against both of them. And the ED sources are in talk with the central ministry. They've reached out to the Ministry of Home Affairs as well to speak to them to issue a red corner notice against them. However, this is a procedural formality which might take quite some time. But as of now, the agencies have reached out to them. This is so that because we've seen that there were 75 FIRs against Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal at Chhattisgarh. There are various FIRs that are emerging in various cases. And both of them, in fact, the charge sheet clearly states that it is Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal who are the kingpin of this whole Mahadev App Case. So here, while we see there are parallel operators being arrested, there are people who are working as licensing officers with the Mahadev App who are being arrested. Apart from that, there are people who are working as business associates with Mahadev App promoters, that is Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal. People used to arrange for their travel. People who used to look after their businesses of stock market. People used to look after their trading businesses. They've all been arrested by the agencies or for that matter by police sources as well. But now here the kingpin are both of these people, that is Saurabh Chandrakar and Ravi Uppal. And so that there could be a larger modus operandi, or they could be brought to books, considering that such a huge scam has taken place in India. Now agencies are trying to fetch them, and our sources had mentioned that considering there's an extradition treaty with the UAE that is in place, once the process begins from the country is where we'll see that the further process could develop internationally at UAE as well. Yes.
All right, Yasha, thank you so much for getting us all those details on the Mahadev App scam. And now we are shifting